Hi everyone, my name is Orenji, and today I'm bringing another chapter in our section, Interviewing the History. Today is the turn of Adolf. Yes, the terrible Adolf Hitler, the most powerful dictator of the 20th century, and the most abusive and abused one too. Hi Adolf, thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview today.
I didn't. You promised whiskey.
Um, I said whiskas.
Hmm, okay, I'll take that.
Okay, let's begin. Well, Hitler, we all know the role you had in the war, but what people really want to know is how was your life before becoming a bastard?
Okay, I'll kill you. I was born in Austria. It was actually the border with Germany in 1989, April the 20th. Something else?
Yes, tell us about your family, please. Who was your father?
A bastard.
No, I mean, how was his name?
Alois Hitler. The bastard.
Well, I can tell your relation with him wasn't very good.
Look, he got married with his niece in first place. They had kids, but everyone died except me and my sister Paula. Of course, he had kids before with other women. He loved to hit me as part of his discipline.
That sounds terrible. I have been told he was a civil servant. In those times, they were very strict.
Hell yes, he was. He died in 1903 when I was only 14.
What about your mom?
Her name was Clara and she was nice, but she also died when I was a teenager. I was 19.
How was Hitler as a teenager? What kind of student were you?
Look, let me explain you. The simple thought of being like my dad and following his steps made me incredibly disgusted. So I became a very bad student and I was rejected from school. This made my dad very angry and I won a couple of punishments, as always. But at the time, I was just used to that.
What did you do after your parents died? I know you wanted to be an artist. What happened?
I don't like talking about that. But yeah, after my parents died, I moved to Vienna to study in Vienna's Academy of Fine Arts. But I was rejected.
Whoa, you could have been an artist instead of a genocider.
Well, shit happens.
I know this time in Vienna was helpful for you, right?
Yes, it was. I overcame the loss of my mom and I tried to work as an artist, painting monuments and selling my paintings. I was alone with a lot of time to do what I loved the most, reading. And politics was my favorite topic. I just became obsessed.
Oh, and that's where you took your Nazi ideology from. Then you joined as volunteer in a reserve infantry regiment in Munich in 1913, when the First World War started.
Oh, good job. You did your research. Being there was what made me feel alive again, serving my country and winning two decorations for bravery.
Mm, and what happened?
Well, as you all know already, we lost the war. I was recovering in a hospital after the triple entente hurt my leg and left me blind with their British gases when I received the news that we lost. Imagine being hurt on that level. Of course, I was mad. The treason from our people.
But it wasn't you people what made you lose. The tripling threat kicked your ID butt.
No, now I kill you. Well, the truth is, that made me have an accent.
Hitler joined the small German Workers' Party, where his skills in oratory and his charismatic personality gave him popularity.
Yes, definitely. That was a huge step in my life. I left the army and I worked on my own party in 1920, and my beautiful baby was born, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazi Party, that became extremely popular. I declared the beginning of a revolution in 1923 in a shooting against another leader.
And that made you end up in jail for 9 months.
So what? I had enough time to write my book called My Fight, that was published in 1925.
What was that book about?
Well, do you remember how much I spent reading in Vienna? I definitely needed to make everyone knows that the love for our country and the love for our race was about anything else.
Wow, I can't believe a book like that one became that popular, being the second most sold book after the Bible in Germany. 6 million copies were sold in 1940.
Yeah, well, being in jail didn't help, but I kept working in my project, going from 200 supporters to a huge power that dominated Germany in the Second World War.
Well, I see how excited you get with this topic, but we want to know you, Hitler. I hear you live with your half sister and her daughter.
Oh, yes, my beloved niece Jelly. I was in love with her, and I just wanted to have her for me, and only for me.
But she didn't want to be with you, apparently. I mean, she killed herself in 1931.
Are you a freaking suicidal or something? I'll forgive you just because I ate too much to kill you. But yeah, I was honestly devastated. I couldn't get married with anyone else after that. She was the only love, truly love of my life.
Explain me, Hitler. How could you become president if you never got more than the 37% of the votes?
Easy. I was organized, and people against me weren't.
You took the power in 1932 and it started to destroy Joel's life.
Yes, things needed to change. I mean, look at us. We are the perfect species, and I needed to perceive that. And I immediately started to put laws against those in pure blood.
Yes, and you made the passage of Nuremberg laws foreign Jewish getting married with Germans or having any type of close relation between them in 1935.
Yes, I did. I also prohibited them to participate in the Olympic Games. I had to preserve order in the following years. I took his politics and civil rights.
You're certainly an awful person, but what I don't understand is why did you burn out those books?
Don't judge me. I needed them to understand my beliefs and the culture I wanted to input. That's why I took complete control over the media, radio, newspapers, education, and books.
Did you know there is a theory that says that your grandfather was actually jealous?
And that's why I killed myself. Nah, just joking. Look, I don't regret anything I did. I regretted this interview. We just have 9 lives, my friend. I have a date actually.
Wait, is that my sister? Okay, my friend, thank you for being with me in this chapter of Interviewing the History.